Morning. I'm going to go straight into it today. Not messing about with the camera angles or anything like that. Just going to go into it. So, my name's Adam, and I've set up this channel to talk to you plainly and simply about how I see the world, psychology, and hopefully get some discussion and a community going to try and help people maximise their life and have less regrets and worries and anxiety and things like that. And today I want to talk to you about these things: pads, phones, the things that's surrounding me now. Either it's your TV or it's your pad or it's your phone. And I wanted to talk about addiction. So I think, if I'm being honest with myself, I've got an addictive personality. I've been a gambling addict in the past, which wasn't great. And I want to talk about screen addiction today. The first thing that I do in the morning, I don't know whether you're the same, is I look at my phone. It's a compulsion to look at my phone. Even though I've got a watch next to my bed, I'll check the time on the phone. Then I'll check my social media. Then I'll check my work social media. Then I'll check my emails. Then I'll check how my shares and my crypto are doing. And then I'll check, a myriad of different things that I'm checking. And occasionally I catch myself doing it and switch the phone off and then don't go on it until everybody's gone to school or work in the house. But today I was on my phone scrolling in the dark, which is not good for your eyes or your stress levels anyway, because there's that blue light that triggers the stress hormone. But my little one, he comes in and says, "Daddy, Daddy." And I go, "Yeah, what?" Normally he wants a cuddle or he wants to, know something, an interesting fact. "What's the password to my pad?" And I went, "Oh, okay." I said, "I don't know." I did know, but I said I don't know. And the reason why I said I don't know is because he's got a wonderful imagination. He's constantly drawing, doing little DJ sets, dancing, designing roller coasters, all this really nice, crafty things. And yesterday, I told him he had to come off his pad because he usually has a bit of time when he gets home from school if I'm still at work. And when I told him he had to come off his pad, he started to cry. And I thought, okay, well, that's not like him to cry over something that's not painful. And then I realised that perhaps it was painful to him in his little mind. He's not getting that dopamine rush. So I said to him this morning, "You're not having the pad because you've got to get to school. Just eat breakfast and we can put a little bit of TV on, but that's it." So he starts watching Bluey. I'm watching it with him. I like Bluey. And he goes to me. So he hasn't spoken for a good 5-10 minutes, and I'm thinking he's enjoying the episode. And he goes, "Daddy, Daddy, can I do a deal with you?" And I went, "Yeah, what's the deal?" And he started to negotiate his pad access. Now, bear in mind, he's 5. And he's negotiating for pad access. He's almost talking like an addict would have, "Just give me one more hit," or, an alcoholic would say, "Give me one more drink," or a gambling addict would say, "I'm just going to have 20 quid more on blackjack." And I was like, this is not good. This is not a good situation. And there's personal examples of where I've realised that I'm addicted to my screen. And the other day I was on my phone and also got YouTube on TV, so I was double screening it. And all of a sudden the internet cut out. So the Wi-Fi went down and the internet cut out. We had a Wi-Fi out. It was scary. But anyway, everything stopped loading and everything just went blank on my screens, on my black mirrors. Watch the program. And as it happened, as I looked up from my screen to see what was going on, my first instinct was to run to the router and go, what the hell? But then I looked out the window and there were 3 beautiful, massive blue tits. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful. Really lovely scene in my back garden right there in front of me. However, I had no clue that was taking place because I was plugged into the matrix, receiving about 1 million screens and 1 million loads of information that I was probably going to instantly forget. So, where I'm getting to is, after he tried to negotiate with me, I told him that I didn't want him to get addicted. And he said, what's addicted? I said, well, addiction is where you are compelled to do something that is not necessarily a good thing for you. So, I mean, it might be a good thing, you might be addicted to exercise, or you might be addicted to healthy eating, which, can have its own problems. But usually addiction is formed on something negative. Now, bear in mind, I wasn't saying all this to him. I wasn't blowing his little head off. So I tried to come up with an analogy. And sadly, the only analogy that I could come up with was about me looking at my phone, which really made me reflect on my behaviour to him. So he knows that I instantly reach for my phone, or, I'm always looking at my phone when he comes in. Usually when he comes in, I'll put my phone down. If I'm working, it's different. But I was thinking yesterday, while I was working from home, I've got a laptop that I use for emails. I've got a laptop I use for design work. I've got my phone on the go. I've got YouTube on the go. I've got at least 3 different Alexas with screens on dotted around the house. And all the time, I'm not looking at the blue tits outside. This morning there was a heron fly over where I hadn't got my phone on because I was feeling guilty about the conversation I was having with my little chap. So, I guess what I'm wanting to ask you is it just, someone with an addictive personality like myself who just gets hooked, or are you looking at your screen and missing out on life? I like to think that I'm a good dad and I play with the kids and we have conversations with my wife, but I guess the telly's always been there in my life. I remember growing up and, a pastime with my family was watching TV. And I remember meeting someone at college who didn't have a TV and I thought that they were an alien. But maybe I am. Something to think about. Also, I know I mentioned meditation a lot on this channel, but when I'm meditating, I close my eyes and I don't think of anything, or try not to, and I'm not watching screens then, and that always feels like a positive time, and I never regret it. Maybe that closing of my eyes means that I'm not having any of those screens beamed into me. And let's face it, algorithms and different colour schemes, and people are constantly looking at how to make their thumbnails better to get you to watch your YouTube or whatever. But what's that doing to our soul? If we're missing the blue tits outside, or we're missing the our little ones messing about, having a sing or whatever, what are we living for? Are we living to scroll and find out news about Donald Trump saying something funny? Are we living for, the number go up on the spreadsheet? I just really worry about humanity. And if you could start the world again, and let's just say Elon Musk manages to get us to Mars, would you want screens to come with you? Or would you want to be taken in Mars and learning about it now? Have we taken the world that surrounds us for granted? And we're constantly searching for that dopamine hit, like my little chap was this morning. And we're missing out on the real world, the things that we can touch and feel, and the people. And, one day they'll go, and will we have memories of us looking down at the screen rather than interacting with our mums and dads or whatever. So, to conclude, because I've noticed my videos end with a sharp ending recently. To conclude, have a look at how much screen time you're actually doing, and don't kid yourself. Maybe write down every single, 30-minute slot that you do on social media, TV. Think about what you did before screens. I mean, some of you might not remember that, but think about what you did before you had screens. So I was telling you that I saw my friends, used to go on bike rides a long time ago, go for a walk, Airfix models, that's my thing, or Lego. And another thing that triggered this, so sorry to just jump back. I saw a guy the other day who was saying, oh yeah, young people, they love the 90s at the moment. You really love the 90s? Right, go and wait for your mum after soccer practice. He was American. And look at your feet. Then look around. Look at your hand. Kick a can. Kick a ball. You can't phone your mum. You love the 90s. You know, you've got nothing, no distractions, no phone to look at to avoid awkward situations. No, we are constantly bombarded with stimulation, and we've took it for granted. And when we're in the 90s, back in the day, if you were waiting for a bus, you had nothing to do but live with your own thoughts, or distract yourself with something physical, like looking at your feet or doing something else. And this morning, because I turned the TV off and he hadn't got his pad and I hadn't got my phone, me and Dylan enjoyed about 5 minutes before we went off to school. We enjoyed him just wandering about, looked over here. I think he might have been looking at the Alexa, but he looked over here, wandered over there, come back, leant on me, gave me a cuddle, but it was complete silence. We didn't say a word to each other. We didn't have to make each other laugh. We didn't interact, but it was a comfortable silence. If you've ever seen Pulp Fiction, and they talk about comfortable silences, you'll know what I mean. But it was a comfortable silence. And I don't think we do enough of that. Even if it's silent in the room, we're looking at something that's talking to us, and we're listening to other people's opinions, and we're absorbing and consuming, and I've said this all along since I started this first episode, we're absorbing and consuming junk, and it's not good for the soul. And I can hear the birds now, and I'm going to go and have a listen to them. I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, but not at the cost of you interacting with your loved ones, family, and if you haven't got loved ones or family, the surroundings, because that's what we're here for. We haven't evolved this far to just plug ourselves into the matrix. I hope you have a good day. I'll speak to you soon.